Good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's call. My name is Nick, and as usual, tonight, Tuesday night, we're doing a training call, especially for the newcomers. You know, our business always has newcomers, and even those that are in the business need a refresher every now and again. So I'm going to attempt tonight to take you through the enrollment process and the placement process, because at the end of the day, that is the most important part of your business. If you place your new prospects and your new team members in the right places, you're going to definitely maximize your earnings. So without further ado, let's go. Just before I get to that, new in the business, I just want to tell you a little bit about what you're going to expect, what's around, what's out there, just so that you know. We have 3 products in South Africa, which are our top sellers, and that's the Tahitian Noni juice, the Thermo MX, and the Nighttime MX. These 3 products are the top sellers at the moment in Southern Africa. Obviously, Nigeria only having the T&J, the Tahitian Noni. Soon they'll have the Hero brand, but this is what's flying out of the shelves in Southern Africa. And now our values that we live by, what corporate lives by also, true partnership. Just going to go through it with you. True partnership, they prioritize our partners' success, knowing that if we serve them well, our success is guaranteed. And that tells the story. If they serve us well, the business is going to do well, because they recognize that we are the core of the business, the brand partner on the ground. There's a total of about 400,000 brand partners around the globe, 67 plus countries. So we're flying, we're winning awards all over the place. In fact, we've got the #1 compensation plan. And also we've just got the #1 company for momentum globally as well. Real products, real results. And that you can see from the stories out there. Just ask your sponsor or your team member to tell you his or her story about the products that we have. We deliver high quality, science-backed products that provide real measurable results. Transformative opportunities. We empower others with the products, tools, and resources they need to transform their health, finances, and freedom. So the company provides us with the tools. You don't go into war without the proper equipment with you. Here, the company provides you with everything that you need, and I'll show you further in the presentation. But you have everything so that you can transform your health, your finances, and eventually the freedom. Operational excellence. We constantly operate with excellence, ensuring the highest quality in all business operations. Positive impact. We inspire people to reach their greatest potential, operating with honesty, integrity, and kindness. Positive all the time. And lastly, built to last. We believe in building a legacy business that stands the test of time and can be shared with future generations. Your business is willable, transferable, and sellable. It's there forever. It's there to build the legacy, as it says. That is the values of what PartnerCo stands by. So a couple of terms that are often used, you'll hear them often. The one is power line. Power line, there's 2 legs. There's 2 legs that you're going to build. The one leg is called the power line. That's the line with the most volume. And then the other leg is obviously the pay line. That's the line with the least volume. And then the volume is referred to often as PV, point volume. And then flash is the volume that you get paid from every single week, that takes whatever the volume is on a Friday at 12 o'clock midnight, takes it back to 0, because you get paid commission on that volume, and that volume gets taken away. So it flushes, goes to 0. You start Saturday morning with a 0 on your pay line, and the balance, which is on your power line. Remember, I told you power lines with the most volume. That gets deducted. The PV in the power line gets deducted from the PV in the pay line, and whatever's left over, we term it as carryover volume. That gets carried over to the next week. So it's like a kickstart that you have on the power line for the next week. Now, there's a very important thing that you got to know as a newcomer in the business. And if you don't have it already, you in the business, you don't have it already, get your story together. because facts tell and stories sell. So if you have a story about a product, it's going to build your business, right? Ensure that you have a 2-minute story to tell. If you don't have a story to tell, then use a brand partner story. You know, our business is about duplication. If you are coachable, trainable, and teachable, you will be able to succeed in this business. So when you're telling a story, just think about, do you capture their attention? Okay, capture their attention. The story connect, or did the story connect, or did you get lost? So make your story interesting. Make them listen to your story. Would you ask for more information if you told your story, like why or why not? And how was their pace, the volume, and the tone? So this is obviously now you telling the story to somebody, and this is the feedback that you want. Keep it simple. Use ordinary words. And I suggest tell your story to family members of yours and tell them to give you constructive criticism. So make it interesting, capture their attention, don't make it too long, and make sure that they have the questions why and why not. So a tip, your body language, it's very important. So when you're telling your story, you're telling it with excitement. You're telling it with positivity, because that's contagious. Okay, they don't buy the product, they buy what the product does, and they buy from you, right? They're not interested in the name. So use tones in your voice, change the pace every now and again as you go, use your volume up and down, and lean in if you're doing a presentation. Lean in, because leaning in like I'm doing now just brings that person closer to you, and it's a sign of a closeness between you and them. The pipeline is also very important. Now, if you're in the business for a long time, you will have mastered the way you are talking to somebody, or selling your product, or telling your story. So when you go to people, a lot of them, and bearing in mind, in this business, you need to strive to get as many no's as you can. And why am I saying that? I'm saying because you need to talk to a lot of people, right? And there are so many people. You will get more no's in this business than any other business, because they will come with a story of, it takes a lot of time, I don't have time, it takes a lot of time. But to master your story, or master your selling technique, you've got to do it many times over and over again. Okay, you've got to do it over and over again, because only then will you master the correct message. And once you've mastered that, recruiting becomes easy. Now, you'll see there's an arrow I put there. What does that mean? That means if you haven't recruited somebody after telling the person your story, your message, your style, the way you try to get the person to either buy your product or get involved in your team. If you don't succeed, start again. Start again, improve your story, improve the way you did it, improve your posture until you master it. And believe me, when you master it, it's very easy. Because again, people buy from attitude, they buy from your posture, they buy from your energy that you give them. Okay, they don't buy what the name of the product is. They buy from you, they watch you, and also they buy what the product does. Now, you'll hear often we talk about three-way calls, third-party calling, and edification. Edification, I'm gonna explain to you what that means. Now, the red is you. Okay. Now there's two sides here, the purple and the green. So the purple, if you go you down to the expert. Now, you have the prospect. So, for example, I'm the red. Your prospect is sorry. Okay. So Yolandi is the red. Okay. I'm the purple, and the prospect is Michelle. Okay. So Yolandi knows me. Right? Now, the relationship between Yolandi and me, red and purple, okay, is she knows that I've been in the business. I know what I'm saying. I know what I'm doing. I'm I'm helpful, and she now has to now convert that she knows to the prospect that she also knows, to Michelle. So the relationship between Yolandi, who's the red, and Michelle, who's the green, is that of trust, because they know each other. So they trust each other. So on the left-hand side, there's Yolandi talking to me, and she's got to explain to Michelle what I'm all about, so that the relationship between myself and Michelle develops into that of trust. And that's all third-party edification and calling is all about. So once that happens, then I will go in there and I will attempt to close Michelle and bring Michelle into Yolandi's business once she has edified me. Edification is very, very important. When you're doing a three-way call, you need to edify the person that you are bringing on the call to help you close that customer, right? And you need to make sure that the other person knows the title, what the person's all about, how long that person has been in the business, so that the other person understands that Yolandi values the prospective client so much that she has brought an expert in to tell her about the business, or tell her about the business and bring her in and close. Okay, so that's third-party edification. Now, people talk about our business and they say, I've got to go out there and I've got to sign up so many people and all that. It's not that way. It's not that way. In our business, we call it the power of four. All you need to do is, when you sign up, you need to go and tell 4 people what you've just done. Try and get them into your team as fast as you can, because success loves speed, and teach them what you've been taught. So duplication. So if you look at the slide in front of you now, you bring 4 people in, there's you on the left. You bring 4 people in. Those 4 people go out there and they talk to people, right? Now remember, you're not going to succeed with the first 4 people. You might, but the aim here is to talk to people and tell them about the product, tell them about the business opportunity, tell them what you got involved in, be excited, and get them to buy into your excitement. Get 4 people on their teams, okay, and then take those 4 and do exactly the same with them to get another 4. Now, there's various means of doing that. We call it the home parties or the home opportunity meetings, where you invite people to your home and you bring a leader in there, and a leader will go out there and attempt to bring the people into your team, bearing in mind you're in one team. So it's in the interest of the leader, yourself, the downlines, we call them, the people that are below you, to bring people into the fold so that you build your business into that residual business that it is. So 4 can easily become 16. 16 then, if they go and bring 4 people each, becomes 64, 256, 1024. So this doesn't happen overnight, but this is the potential. This is what can happen. Now you hear people they're six-figure earners, they're earning a lot of money, they've got the same products as you. Let's take Tahitian Noni, for example. There's people selling Tahitian Noni in South Africa, there's people selling Tahitian Noni in Nigeria, there's people selling Tahitian Noni all over the world. The exact same product, exact same bottle, and through a study that we've just completed, Yolandi and I, the prices are much of a muchness. It's there. So you have that product, and there's millionaires being made in Japan selling Tahitian Noni. There's millionaires being made in Europe. There's millionaires being made in the US. You know what? We can do it in Africa. There's no difference between us and them. The only difference is the individual. So we have launched the continent. We have the opportunity. We need to take the opportunity and we need to build on it. We need to go with the same mindset. We need to collaborate. We need to go together, create that momentum, because alone you'll go fast, but together you will go far. So the power of four must play a pivotal role. It's good to sell the product and make a quick upfront profit, but remember one thing, that's not residual. That's short-term gratification. You need to sell the product, let the person use the product, then go to the person while he's using the product and tell him, how about you buy the product again at cost price, okay? Join my team, and then go to your friend and tell your friend about the product, and you make money. Now you're building a residual income business. That is the ultimate in this business. So by selling it to your clients or customers, there's nothing wrong with it, but you're missing the game. You're missing the game because you're making a first order bonus upfront, and it stops there. You need to further that, because that client, remember, your product lasts a month. That client is going to come for a reorder. That is when you move to step 2. That is why it's important that you attend Zoom calls and you get your friends and colleagues and downlines to get onto these Zoom calls, because don't always rely on the recording. Come on so that we can teach you. Come to the live events. If there isn't one in your area, arrange one with one of the leaders. Tell them to arrange a live event and get your people there, because at the events is where you get excited. So that's the potential earning. That's why we are no different to the rest of the world. The only difference is how much do you want to earn in the business that you started. So we have what we call qualification weeks. So if you join, let's say on the 4th, okay? You join on the 4th. The 4th is color green, okay? In fact, it's not the right example that I'm giving. Let's say you joined on the 1st, okay? Let's say you joined on the 1st. It's purple. So you have 4 weeks, 4 Fridays from that week that you joined. You have 4 weeks to become ultimate, okay? There's business levels in our business. Ultimate is the 4th level, the level that you have to become. Now, to become ultimate, you need to sell product to customers, or buy product for yourself, and it's got a total 200 PV. Okay, so you have 4 Fridays. You see the 4th Friday is the 30th. Because you joined in a purple week, your 4th Friday is the 30th. Okay, because you count them. The 9th, the 16th, 23rd, and the 30th. That's the next qualifying week. And you have 4 Fridays to become ultimate, and you have 8 Fridays to become gold. Now, because you become ultimate, the company rewards you by saying you stay ultimate for life and you become gold. So you don't have to qualify for commission, okay? As in, you don't have to have a certain amount of active brand partners under you in order to be commission qualified. You ultimate, you automatically are gold. So that's the bonus here. And I said 200 PV, that's 2 cases of Tahitian noni juice. That's all. 2 cases of Tahitian noni juice, sell it to 7 people because there's 4 bottles in a case. So take 1 out for yourself, sell the other 7 to 7 people, 7 friends, and you're done. You got your money back, plus you've made yourself a handsome little 4,000 Rand profit. So that's the color chart. You will see all of this in the back office because you have your own website. You'll see all of this. I'm just telling you how the commission structure works and the color charts work. So when you're placing your enrollments, now we have the power of 4. So let's say Yolandi is there and she now goes out and she recruits 4 people. The way you place them is very important in the beginning. You need to understand it so that you can start earning commission from the get-go. So remember, you have to have a power line and a pay line in order to get commission paid to you. So how do we do this? And our goal here is to ultimately make one of the two legs run on its own. And the only way you can do that is by teaching your downline and your people that join your business what you know. They need to duplicate you, because if everybody does the same thing, it becomes a well-oiled trade. What are you looking for to do this? You're looking for somebody in each leg that is a runner. In other words, that knows a lot of people, that goes out there, smashes it, brings in the people, builds their team, and you're helping as the sponsor, the upline, you are helping. Now imagine you have one on the left leg and one on the right leg. So you bring in the first person, there it is. First person, person A comes in, you put that person on the right-hand side, and the second person comes in, you put that person on the left-hand side. Now you've got two legs. We don't know which leg is the power leg yet, and we don't know which is the pay leg yet. But if number 2 bought an ultimate and got 200 PV, and number 1 bought an elite level that's 100 PV, number 2 is the power leg, because a 200 PV is bigger than the 100 PV. But you'll see it better now. So that's the first 2 that Yolandi's just brought in there. Now she recruits another one. Okay, she brings the other one in, puts the other one on the right leg, and remember what I said. You're trying to build your legs to go automatically, so that you can just work on one leg. So now already the right leg is the power leg, because it's stronger than the left leg, because the fourth one now also she recruits, and she puts the fourth one in the right leg. So now the same right, left, right happens on the opposite side, mirror image. Okay, mirror image. Number 2 brings in number 7 and number 9. Same structure as you did, as Yolandi did. Michelle has gone and recruited 2 people. She puts the one on the left and one on the right, because she's on the left-hand side of Yolandi, right? So now her third one goes on the left. Her fourth one goes on the left. So what she has done exactly what she did on the right, Michelle has gone and done on the left. So now all of a sudden, the left leg becomes the power line. Remember, the power line is the stronger volume on midnight on the Friday. Okay, that's the power line. It can change, right? Depends on how hard the teams work. So there you go as far as your opening placements is concerned. Now, you're placing them. I'm just going to go again. There you have them over here. Now, number 7 is Dapo. Dapo goes and he puts one in, and he's already got a number 8 there. Okay, although that's Michelle's number 8, but Dapo gets it because Dapo, that person is placed under Dapo there, so Dapo benefits from the PV that comes in there, okay, because they're in the same team. And then Dapo recruits, but Dapo's already got somebody on the left. So his recruit he puts on the right. Now he's got a left and a right leg, okay? And he recruits, he's looking for another recruit. Where's he going to put them? The next available line there. You see there's available written there. That's where the next person is going to go. But they're recruiting on the other side there. So number 3 recruits his first person, and he puts him under number 4. Remember, same team. Now they're just carrying on with the line. And number 3 puts another person on number 3's left. So now number 3 has a left and a right. Now number 3 can also earn commission, and he's building a power line. And he carries on with the same formula. Can you see what's happened here now? Now just imagine number 7, just imagine Dapo is a super recruiter, which he is. And just imagine your left leg is your power leg, and your right leg, which is Yolandi's pay leg, super recruiter, she just works on the right leg. And she will earn what she does, because the left leg is going to run on its own. Okay, and as you can see, the same formula starts again, and it carries on, and your business will grow. Now the available line has disappeared there, because there's the next placement from either 2, 5, 7 that goes in, and they place it in number 11, and they just carry on with that line, as you can see. So now, because the left line is on the left, as the power line is the left line, it's the stronger line, it is the power line, and the right line is the pay line. Now, in the compensation plan, there's a thing called the base commission. Now, base commission is only paid to you off the PV on the pay line. Okay, base commission is only paid to you from the total PV generated for that week on the pay line. So your power line currently is 1,700 PV. Your pay line currently is 1,300 PV. Okay, because the lesser 1,300 PV, we said it's the pay line. Your base commission is calculated as follows. So your pay line volume earns 10% per week of the PV generated. Okay, so in this case, you will get paid on the Friday 130 PV, one PV $1, and in South Africa, the South African currency for the PV is 15 to 1. In Nigeria, one PV 400 naira. So you get paid 10% of the total PV generated for that week on your pay line. Pay line, because it's the lesser of the two legs, PV wise. So it's called the pay line. Now, your volume on your right, now you have the power line and the pay line. Remember what I said. Your power line having 1,700 PV, less your pay line 1,300 PV, the difference between the two now flushes. So your pay line goes to 0, because you got paid 130 PV from the 1,300 PV that was generated for that week. So that total amount of PV on your pay line flushes, and the carryover volume, which is the difference between the 1,700 and the 1,300, the 400 PV, that gets carried over to the following week. So you start your week the Saturday at 1 minute past midnight on Friday night. Your new week starts with a 400 PV on your power line. So that is how you have to place your new recruits and your team. Always go, when you placing your enrollments, always go to the graphic tree and click on the graphic tree and see, or check your volume. See your volume in your two lines and see for yourself. Know which is your power line and which is your pay line. Because the ideal situation would be your power line runs on its own, and your pay line is what you're going to dabble in with, because that is where you're going to get your 10% base commission. If you've recruited somebody for the first time and that person goes into your pay line, you get first order bonus for every first order that gets played, regardless, power line, pay line. But let's say in the pay line, you recruit somebody for 200 PV. You will get 35% of the 200 PV, yes, that's 70 PV. 70 PV, which is just over 1,000 rand, okay? But not only that, over and above that, you're going to get 10% of that 200 PV. Now, if there's 4 or 5 200 PVs, that's 1,000 PV that you've got on your pay line, plus first order bonuses over and above. Plus, because you are ultimate, it unlocks your match pay. Now, match pay is a further commission that gets paid to you on the PV that you generate in your business, power line. Okay, that's residual income. So we train on this, so don't get scared. Don't let this scare you. I'm just the most important thing for tonight's call is placements. Placements. Make sure your first placement is either on the left or on the right. In this case, on the right, we showed the right. Second one was on the left. The other two came on the right. So now you've got that little diagram. Now, when you do the same on the other side, you do the same mirror image, okay? And everybody further down does exactly the same. You will have a business second to none. Now, this video here is going to explain to you and show you what happens when momentum hits. That is where we have to go here in Africa. We need to get momentum going, because once you get momentum going, you will have people coming to you, because people suffer from FOMO. They fear of missing out. They want to get involved in this business because it's happening, because it's trending. And Tahitian Noni is trending. It's trending. We have an amazing challenge coming up. Yolandi and I are busy with it. We're going to announce it soon. But we have an amazing challenge coming up that Nigeria can get involved with South Africa, and we want to get the momentum going for Tahitian Noni here, because we have an opportunity, and momentum is when opportunity meets preparation. That's what momentum is. So we've got the opportunity. We want to create momentum. We're preparing for it. The result will be money in the bank. That's it. We want to bless as many people as we can, and we want to put money in the bank, because we must never forget why we got involved in this business. So I hope you enjoy this little video, and I'll be back afterwards.
Learned a lot about leadership and the movement. And let's watch movements happen start to finish in under 3 minutes and dissect some lessons. First, of course, a leader needs the guts to stand alone and look ridiculous. But what he's doing is so simple, it's almost instructional. This is key. You must be easy to follow. Now here comes the first follower with the crucial role. He publicly shows everyone else how to follow. Notice how the leader embraces him as an equal. So it's not about the leader anymore. It's about them, plural. Notice how he's calling to his friends to join in. So it takes guts to be a first follower. You stand out and you brave ridicule yourself. Being a first follower is an underappreciated form of leadership. The first follower transforms a lone nut into a leader. If the leader is the flint, the first follower is the spark that really makes the fire. Now here's the second follower. This is a turning point. It's proof the first has done well. Now it's not a lone nut and it's not two nuts. 3 is a crowd and a crowd is news. A movement must be public. Make sure outsiders see more than just the leader. Everyone needs to see the followers, because new followers emulate followers, not the leader. Now here come 2 more people, then 3 more immediately. Now we've got momentum. This is the tipping point, and now we have a movement. As more people jump in, it's no longer risky. If they were on the fence before, there's no reason not to join in now. They won't stand out, they won't be ridiculed, and they will be part of the in crowd if they hurry. And over the next minute, you'll see the rest who prefer to stay part of the crowd, because eventually they'd be ridiculed for not joining. And ladies and gentlemen, that is how a movement is made. So let's recap what we've learned. If you are a version of the shirtless dancing guy, all alone, remember the importance of nurturing your first few followers as equals, making everything clearly about the movement, not you. Be public, be easy to follow. But the biggest lesson here, did you catch it? Leadership is over-glorified. Yes, it started with the shirtless guy, and he'll get all the credit, but you saw what really happened. It was the first follower that transformed a lone nut into a leader. There's no movement without the first follower. See, we're told that we all need to be leaders, but that would be really ineffective. The best way to make a movement, if you really care, is to courageously follow and show others how to follow. When you find a lone nut doing something great, have the guts to be the first person to stand up and join in.
Awesome, eh? So it's very simple. That's what we're trying to do. That's what we're trying to do here, and we're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're there. We're doing it. And again, I'm urging you guys, Saturday, live training, be there. If you're in Johannesburg, you want to send people there, just send me a message. Send me a message, and I promise you, we will take care of it. So a couple of things. It's important to note, once you get started, like I said, your first 4 weeks, you've got to strive to get yourself 200 PV. It's 2 boxes of noni, right? That's 200 PV. That's ultimate. Once you ultimate, you're already gold. But if you don't get the 200 PV, you have 8 weeks, okay, to get 4 active people so that you can be gold. And then you activate your reorder. Reorder, another word for subscribe and save. Every single month, either you need to reorder a product that you use to a minimum of 20 PV, or you need to sell to a customer a minimum of 20 PV. Okay, and that in South Africa is around 800 Rand. Then, so every 4th Friday, you have to do that. And then there's no sign-on fee for us at the moment, neither in South Africa nor in Nigeria, which is a bonus. So at PartnerCo with us, you have everything you need. You have a replicated website. You have a back office that you can go in at any time, and you can see where your business is standing. Who has bought that is in your team, what they've bought, what orders are outstanding. You have a share app. If you don't have a computer, you have an app that you can do whatever you can do on a computer, you can do it on the app. There are business rewards currently being put together for South Africa and Nigeria that is absolutely amazing. Swag and event materials on the way to us, coming from the international markets. And you have award-winning market tools. Okay, we are winning trophies every single second month for what we do, right? And then you have virtual trainings like we're having now, and also implementing the live trainings, which we're going to step up right through South Africa in the coming months. So we'll give you all the tools and resources you need to be successful. And that's fact. We tell you as brand partners, we tell you, our fellow brand partners, that whatever this slide here is a corporate slide. Whatever it's telling you, it's fact. Whatever it's telling you, it's fact. We've been in this business. It's now 3-4 years since we've dabbled to get South Africa and Nigeria launched. So we've been through the ups and the downs. We've seen what we can do. Okay. So just before I end the call today, there are some quotes that you need to live by and take action, right? And I want you to remember them because they make sense. So the first one, he or she who holds the clicker gets paid quicker. That simply means if you're sitting in my position and you're doing Zooms, I've got the clicker, right? I get paid quicker. So your aim must be to sit where I sit, because that is the ultimate. There's no such a thing as it's too late. If I join, I'm going to be further down. No, it's our wish. It's my wish that somebody, 10 people, 20 people in my downline actually generate more PV than what I generate, because that means I'm making money, right? Tell me yes, tell me no, tell me quick, I got to go. What does that mean? That means success loves speed. That means when you phoning somebody and you're telling somebody about your business, inviting them to a Zoom call, be excited, but don't waffle. Don't waffle, don't get into a conversation, because you need to phone more people. You need to phone more people. So tell me yes, tell me no. Tell me quick, I got to go. That's all. That's what you got to tell them. Can you or can't you come on the Zoom? 30 minutes, get on the Zoom. Might change, might be exactly what you're looking for. Successful people are busy people. Exactly what I just said. If you sit around, you're not going to do anything. If you're busy and you're doing things properly and you're following the system, teachable, coachable, and trainable. If you stay like that and you remain teachable, coachable, and trainable, that's the secret to the success here. Where attention goes, energy flows. So if you don't give your self to your business, you're not going to get that attraction coming back to you. Because if you show attention, if you give attention to what you want to do, you will get the energy coming back to you and giving the energy. Fortune favors the brave, success is risk. Go out there, get out of your comfort zone. If you get out of your comfort zone, know your why, go and get it. Go and get it. Because if you're sitting pretty and you don't want to attempt to cross that Rubicon, you're not going to succeed. So fortune favors the brave. If it's meant to be, it's up to me. Say it to yourself. If it's meant to be, it's up to me. Nobody. You're in it for yourself, but not by yourself. So if you wanna get to your dream, if you wanna live your dream, if you wanna stop living, if you wanna carry on with a paycheck, what are you doing? A paycheck is a job. What is the acronym for job? Just over broke. So you live paycheck to paycheck. You are just helping your boss live his dream. It's time for you to work towards living your dream. Okay? And iron sharpens iron simply means people, like-minded people in the business of blessing people, and at the end of the day, enriching themselves through collaboration, through people working together. Iron sharpens iron. That's it. So finally, guys, Saturday, again, live event. Yours truly in Johannesburg, Rivonia Road, in the Raven Lodge Boardroom, 45 Vessels Road. If you've got people in Johannesburg that want to come, just get hold of me. I will look after them for you, make sure they tell me who sent them, and you will have team members signed up. So use the opportunity. There's going to be more of these all over the country, but Saturday, Johannesburg, 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock. It's nothing. That's my story, guys. That's my story. I hope you enjoyed tonight's training. We're going to do this going forward now. We're going to do this for many Tuesdays, because we want people to understand the business, know the business, because if you don't know the business, you're going blind. You're going blind. You've got to get to know the business. If you're looking for opportunity calls, opportunity Zooms, product Zooms, whatever, go to my YouTube page. There's plenty to choose from there. There's plenty of those. It's time to train. It's time to train. It's time to do it. It's time to bank the money. Thank you, guys. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Good night. Have a good day. We'll see you again.
Thank you so much, guys.
Good night, everybody. Good night.
Good night.